You know, buddy, I use this word too much, but the word is paradise. Isn't this paradise?
It is. You just have to look behind us, look around, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
And look what's in the water. We've got phenomenal scenery. We've got blue skies today, and we've got great fishing. You know, it just doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't. It's been a great, great day so far.
I'm Darryl Choronzey. I'm with a good friend of mine, Lou Politi from Molson, Canada. We're up at Big Hook Wilderness Camps. What's the name of this provincial park?
Yeah, it's Opasquia Provincial Park.
Opasquia Provincial Park. It's way up in the northwest corner of Ontario, 180 air miles north of Red Lake. And we just got off the plane, but in the last half hour, we got shore lunch, right?
We have shore lunch.
Let's go fishing. Stick with us because we're going fishing. Let's go for it.
Let's go, buddy.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Ontario, more to discover, Yamaha Motor Canada, and by Abu Garcia. Closed captioning of Going Fishing is brought to you by Fish Crisp. It's mid-July and the walleye are biting. At least that's what Big Hook Wilderness Camp's owner-operator Steve Hartle has told Choronzey and his good fishing buddy Lou Politi of Molson Breweries. The duo has made the 185-mile flight from Red Lake, Ontario to Opasquia Provincial Park. It should be noted that Big Hook Wilderness Camps is renowned for the fact that they are the most remote housekeeping outpost cabins in Northwestern Ontario. Here, in the vast forest region of pine, spruce, and birch, are thousands of lakes and rivers. In fact, Opasquia encompasses more than 1.5 million acres of magnificent wilderness surroundings. Water is everywhere, and so are the trophy walleye and northern pike. Without even taking the time to unpack, the boys have grabbed their fishing gear and headed to the lake on their boat, docked just a few feet from the doorstep of the cabin. The boss of the operation has already noted the reefs and rocky outcroppings on the main lake, which is appropriately called Central. Heck, he's even tossed out the markers to make the fishing easy. Stay with us as Choronzey and Politi chase down walleye the easy way.
Louie. And you don't want to know something? They are hitting light, Lou.
Oh, Darryl.
You got one?
Oh.
You got one, Lou?
It's a double.
Okay, I got one here. They are hitting light, Louie.
Yeah, one's been playing with mine for about 5 minutes, and I finally got him.
You know, they were saying that a storm came through here the last couple nights, and we got off the plane in Winnipeg, right?
Yeah,
and how cold was that?
It was, I think, 8 degrees, and within a half hour, it dropped 3 degrees and right down to 5.
We actually got on the plane in Toronto, it was 20 degrees. We got off the plane in Winnipeg, it was 8 degrees. We got up into Red Lake last night, it was 3 or 4 degrees. And it was howling. So they've had 2 days of pretty rough weather here, and that just may put the walleye off a little.
Well, it seems that's what it's done, but for the last few minutes, it is coming back a little.
You know, we got off the float plane here 2 hours ago. It took us an hour to get ready. We've only been out an hour, and weve got 6 fish.
Well, it's doing okay now. And we said they were hitting light. I'm going to need the pliers right now because this one's buried down.
And I'm going to start fishing again.
Thank you very much. There we go. That's on the lime green and the orange and yellow chartreuse.
Getting There is brought to you by Ontario, more to discover. Today's trip started out at the Pearson International Airport in Toronto, where Choronzey and the crew boarded a national carrier for the flight to Thunder Bay. At the lakehead, numerous small airlines can connect you with the short flight to Red Lake, Ontario. From Red Lake, it was a 185-mile flight by Wilderness Air and Sand Lake Air to the Opasquia Provincial Park and Big Hook Wilderness Camps.
Louie, Louie.
Wow, you got some weight to that one.
And hey, I want to just show them something. Our host has got shoals marked here. Like we've got the jug there and we've got the jug out there. And you can come around this lake, and it's called Central Lake, right? And all you got to do is fish the jugs. This one's got a little more meat on it. You know?
Looks like a little more wheat.
All you
That's
got to
nice.
do is fish the jugs. Now,
Very nice.
I'll tell you what, buddy. I'm having shore lunch.
I think I am going to join you.
But again, like I said, Steve, our host, has got the lake marked. Every shoals, or pretty well all the shoals, have got jugs on them. You got a jug there, and all you got to do is go in and back troll around these shoals. You're going to find the fish. You find the fish, we're anchoring, we're catching fish.
That's a nice one right there, Darryl. I think we'll keep that for the shore.
I guess we will. Okay, let's go for it, Lou. But again, look for the jugs, back troll, find the walleye, anchor, and you're going to catch all the walleye you want here. Like we've been out 2 hours, and we've probably caught 12 fish. We're just keeping enough for shore lunch. That means 1 for you and 3 for me.
And I would have to agree with you.
Mr. Politi, what do you think, buddy? You keep putting the jigs on and I'll fish.
Well, the one that just hit me just ripped my line right off.
And again, we're saying, all we're doing is we get up here, and they call this Central Lake. This is where the head lodge is. But they've got the shoals marked. And all you got to do is go out and look for a Javix bottle or a plastic bottle of some type, right? Get your jigs down, you're going to catch all the walleye you want. Now, we started out, and we brought up our Lowrance, but they've all got fish finders in all the boats, right? And we've been fishing anywhere from 14 feet to 25 feet in depth of water. You know what, buddy? That's my other fish for shore lunch.
You only have one more to go for yourself and one for me.
But again, when you get up here, you look for the markers, you turn on the fish finder, and we keep saying, well, we started at 17 feet, but that fish there was 24 feet. And all we're doing right now is we were throwing the anchor out, but we're using the wind now to drift down on these shoals. You want to hold that for me? Thanks, pal. Louie. Another jug, another walleye. Now, I don't know whether you can see it, but we've got a jug over there about 100 yards, and we've got one right here about 10 yards behind us, right? And it seems to be almost like a shoal coming out here. They're down there, Lou.
Oh, I just had a little nibble, and there's another one.
You know what, buddy? They're a little more spunky out here in the deep water.
They are.
Now, that fish came out at 24 feet of water.
Is that what we're sitting in right now?
Right now. And again, we started out in 15 feet of water. We started getting fish in 17 feet of water, 22 feet, 24 feet right now. But there's fish here everywhere. Now, we're going to show our host later on, and we're going to talk to him. But Steve said a lot of the anglers up here, right, they're utilizing the fish finder. They're watching for the jugs. And what they're doing is back trolling around these shoals. Mm-hmm. They find the fish a lot of times. They drop the anchor, and they'll jig right under the boat for them. There's plenty of fish, pal. Let's go for it.
There's plenty here.
You know what, Louie? I just shut the boat off, and I thought, let the jig fall on bottom, see what happens. Bang, another fish. But there are a ton of walleye in here, Louie. But they're not hitting hard. They're really light tapping right now. You got one there, Lou?
Oh, just
right
a little.
under the boat, eh? And we'll see you're coming right back up on the jug. It's only 10 feet in front of you. Get him in here, pal. Now, you keeping that one for shore lunch?
Well,
Or are you going to let him go?
I think I'm going to let this one go.
Little guilt conscience, eh?
Yeah.
You can't look him in the eye before you put him in the grease, is what you're saying.
No, this guy's going to go for another day.
And you know what, Lou? I got one, but I'm going to tell you something. Shore lunch is an important part of fly-in fishing. And again, remember, we're fishing the markers. Look what's coming up right in front of the boat right now. Markers.
And you have another.
Louie, there's fish everywhere in this lake, and I mean everywhere. The power baits are catching the fish, you know? The power baits are catching the fish.
You know what? As I look at that one,
Yeah?
I think that's the one I just released.
You think so?
That
I got a
could be.
magician down there putting them on my hook. How's that? But again, you fish the markers, and you're going to catch the fish.
Going fishing returns in a moment.
Well, Darryl, I think I got one now.
At the front of the boat that time?
No, actually.
And again, honestly, without saying, and this is no fish story, all we're doing is driving up to the markers, right? And catching fish.
That's what we're doing.
Louis, I think this is the farthest we've been from a marker all day. You know, we've drifted back here. Oh, I got one too, Louis. We drifted back here maybe 50 feet, maybe 75 feet from the marker. And turn right around on Steve. I want you to put that camera on Steve, right behind you. Turn him around. Now, there's Steve there, too. And Steve owns the camp. Steve's acting as the motorman today, but he's fishing. And Steve even knows my markers are there for a reason. Okay, you can put it on the guy that runs the show now, okay, cameraman? But again, it is that easy up here. Steve's got the hot spots marked, and all the hot spots really are shoals, okay? The walleye, we're talking, you can get 70, 80 feet of water around you, mostly 50, 60 feet, but the shoals are where the walleye are hanging out, you know? Is this paradise again, or is this paradise?
This is, Darryl.
How do you choose a prospective fishing lodge, camp, cabin, or outpost? In Ontario alone, there are literally thousands of outdoor operators awaiting your call. Some can be found at the outdoor trade, fishing, and hunting shows that are held each winter and spring around the country and throughout the United States. Anglers can also search out where-to-go ads in the back of the outdoor magazines. There are also tourist information booths that are located around the province you live in, or at just about every border crossing entering Canada. There you can find a wealth of knowledge about where to go, where to stay, and where to fish. Or you can do just as you're doing now. You can learn a lot about lodges and other facilities just by tuning into your favorite fishing shows. And finally, never forget about the power of the internet. Just turn on the electronic brain, punch up a popular search engine, and search out our wild and wonderful Ontario North Country. It's amazing just what is waiting at your fingertips.
Well, Darryl, here's another one. Just got back to the marker.
I was gonna say, where's the marker?
It's just off to the right of us.
You know what, and they're not, I'm watching them on the fish finder, right? They're not really aggressive fish. They're lying on the bottom, and they're just sucking that up as it comes across their snouts. Chunky little fish there.
This is a nice little one.
I think you can keep him for shore lunch if you want.
Want to keep this
You
one?
can keep that one for shore lunch, certainly.
Okay, we'll keep this one.
Certainly. There's one too. Right, I think I got a smaller one though. But you know what, Louis? It's just as fast as you get the jig down, you're catching walleye here. And something else, you said to me, pickerel. And I get some people calling me and saying, well, why don't you say it's a pickerel? It's not a pickerel, it's a walleye. Pickerel means pike, okay, chain pickerel? That's a walleye. That's a small walleye. I'm gonna let him go back. But we get people saying, why don't you call it a pickerel? It's not a pickerel, it's a walleye. You know, somebody said to me that's an American term. No, it's not. It is the term for the fish. Walleye is walleye, pickerel is pickerel. Two different species.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with you, but that is a slip that we do.
Yeah, well, and especially a lot of places in Canada, especially in Ontario, they'll say pickerel. No, there was a blue pickerel years ago in Lake Erie, right? And that actually was a walleye. But there are chain pickerel. But what we're catching, old opalies, it's a walleye. Louis, guess what? The clouds are coming just a little bit, right? We lost those bluebird skies. I think what we're gonna do is take this fish and I'm gonna release him, right? But you and I are gonna go for shore lunch. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Or do you want to keep him for shore lunch? Do you want him for shore lunch?
I think we do need that one.
Okay.
Because
not that we don't eat a lot of fish on shore lunch, but we have Louis and myself, and that means 2 fish each. We have the cameraman.
Oh.
We have the man in the back of the camera boat, right? We have his wife, and we've got some other people at the lodge, and we're still under our limit. I'll let you put him on the stringer, and we'll get out of here for shore lunch. Stick with us.
And now for the Montana's Cookhouse tip of the week. If we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times. A fish finder is just as important as a rod, a reel, jig and twister tail, or even a bucket of frisky minnows when it comes to catching walleye.
Steve Hartle, I gotta say thank you very, very, very much.
It's been a pleasure having you up here.
I should say Steve Hartle, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Big Hook Wilderness Camps.
Yes.
This is our host today. He was also our boat driver for the camera crew, right? Yes. I've heard a lot about this park. Now, how big is this thing?
It's 1.5 million acres, roughly the same size as the state of Connecticut. And we are the only operation in here. The park was established in about roughly 1988.
Now, let me ask you this. I need the name of this provincial park again.
It's the Opasquia Provincial Park.
Opasquia. Now, is it the most northwestern park in the province?
Yes, it's the most northwestern park. The northernmost park would probably be Polar Bear Park up on Hudson Bay, but this is the most northwestern park there is.
Okay, one other thing. What is the name of the Ontario tourism region that this is in?
This is in Sunset Country, and Sunset Country encompasses everything from about, well, Ignace on over to the Manitoba border and on north up to Hudson Bay.
You and I are going to walk over to your camp stove, I'm going to call it. Now, you've got to see this thing that he's got here. Is that an 80-gallon barrel or 100-gallon barrel or what?
It's an old 45.
It's a 45?
It's an old Indian trick.
Okay, we're going to go over and look at that, and I also want to talk real quick about the mix that you're going to put these walleye in, and I also want to talk about that special little piece of walleye. Let's go over and have a look.
Okay.
Going fishing returns with Shore Lunch.
Steve, I've got to ask you one more time. How big is this barrel?
Oh, this is an old 45-gallon barrel. It's typical of what the natives used to use up through the bush here many, many years ago.
I've never seen anything like it, but I think it's kind of neat. Okay, your wife makes up the mix.
Yes.
What is in the mix?
Oh, cornmeal, flour, dill, little cayenne, and lots of secret herbs and spices that she puts in there. Garlic powder.
Now, you also said something else to me. I'm just going to start putting this in. I love the sound of walleye fillets going into the hot oil.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you also asked me something just a little while ago. These are the fins.
Yes.
Right? But you got a juicy hunk of meat. And a lot of people will throw this belly strip out, right?
That's correct, that's correct.
These are the front fins of a walleye. Mm-hmm. And you don't eat the fins, but you eat the meat right off them.
Actually, after they fry up, the fins right out here on the end taste just like a French fry.
I'll tell you what, you flip those walleye fillets, and I'm gonna drop this in the wife's mix, right? And you're saying it's that good.
That's that good.
And there it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Put her right in there and fry them right up with the rest.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, you're gonna enjoy it.
That is delicious looking, eh?
Oh, that's great.
Steve Hartle. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Your wife has laid out a plate for you that's fit for a king, right?
Oh, yes.
You've got beans?
Got beans.
You've got potatoes.
That's right.
You've got coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
You've got, what'd you call the corn?
Jalapeno corn.
Jalapeno corn. Mm-hmm. You've got blueberry muffins.
Homemade blueberry muffins.
You've got walleye fillets.
That's right.
I'm just going to go a little plain, and I can use my fingers, right?
Oh.
I'm having walleye pectoral fins,
right.
A little bit of belly, right?
That's right.
You mind if I try?
Go ahead.
You try.
Bon appetit.
They're almost like a French fry. You know what, Steve? I've been fishing for, I don't want to say how many years, but too many probably.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had the meat off a walleye and the tips of the fins.
You learn something new every day.
Hey, an old dog can learn new tricks.
That's right.
And I'll bet you we can do that with lake trout. We can do that with steelhead. You know?
Steelhead, I would think anything like that.
I got to tell you something else. And I keep saying this, but this is paradise.
Oh, we love it up here. 20 years, we love it.
Let's go down and have a seat.
Okay.
Lou Politi, the man from Molson, Canada. Is this paradise or is this paradise? And I keep saying paradise, but is it paradise?
No, you know what? I have to agree. It is paradise. It is beautiful up here.
Okay, before we go any farther, let's talk about how we get into this. We flew into Winnipeg last night, right? And we flew back up to Red Lake, right? Last night. We got up at 5 o'clock this morning. We caught a plane at 6 o'clock, a float plane. We fly into Big Hook Wilderness Camps. We go to get off the plane and you said to me, what do you want to do? Do you want to go for trophies or you want to go for shore lunch? Knowing me, I said, let's go catch some shore lunch. What do you think?
You know what? I can't believe it, but there's walleye everywhere up here. Unbelievable. Everywhere we go, we get walleye.
You know, you go into a new lake and you don't know what colors are gonna, it's almost like matching the hatch, okay? And I said, okay, I don't go anywhere without tricolored power baits, okay? They're tricolored grubs. I've got a color, say it's a tricolor like this, I've got at least one color in that setup that's gonna attract fish. And we got it down there. I could have used white, but I said, no, let's try the tricolors, right? We put it in front of the fish and we're catching walleye. How many walleye do you think we caught today?
Well, without any exaggeration, I would say anywhere from 30 to 40.
Now, buddy, I want to tell you something. That was 30 to 40 walleye in 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it before you decided to come on the trip with me. You said, well, what rods and reels do I take? And the line, I says, look, we're not using telephone poles and winches. We're running 8-pound tests, 10-pound tests. I'm running the new braided lines, right? We're running medium light to light rods and light action reels, because that's all you need up here, you know? Well, we can come up here and say, hey, we know the lake, but we really don't know the lake. Now, it was a little easy today with Steve. Steve had us with the markers out there. He said the markers are the shoals, you know, fish around those markers. And again, we were only out there 3 hours, 3.5 hours at the most. You know, we didn't go for the trophies. We're going to go out tomorrow, and we're really going to get in them. But we look for the markers, right? We still use the fish finder. Right. We use the pliers a lot because, I mean, you're coming up here and you're playing with these fish, and they are going to take some of these grubs deep. But up here, and it is no fish story, 40 to 50 fish in a couple hours. Oh, yeah. Okay? And all we did was go out to the shoals and catch fish.
Yep. And that made it very easy because Steve had the markers on the shoals, which pointed out very simple to us. We saw them, went there, and cruised around.
And caught fish. If you get the opportunity, don't pass up the chance to visit the waters north of Red Lake. I mean, we've only been here for a couple hours, but we already know the fishing's pretty spectacular.
It is. It's very spectacular up here. And other than the walleye, it happened a few times that the pike came in and just ripped our lines right off.
Now, one last thing, Louis. Big Hook Wilderness Camps is going to take us into a fly-in lake tomorrow, one of their remote fly-ins, right? And there are a lot of big walleye, and there's those 40-inch plus pike. What do you want to do now? Do you want to go to bed early because we have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, or do you want to go fishing?
Well, I really don't think you have to think too long. I think I'm going to go back out fishing for a couple hours.
Let's go for it. And listen, if you get the opportunity, don't pass up the chance to visit this corner of Northwestern Ontario, because the fishing is fantastic.
I would have to agree with you. It is.
Let's jump in another boat and go fishing.
Let's go, buddy.
For more information on all our going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing has been brought to you by Ontario, more to discover, Montana's Cookhouse, and by Berkeley Trilene. Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors.
Going fishing. Going fishing. Baby smiling my way, gonna have a great day. No competition. Going fishing.